Markings are in this score. Yeah. So if you're using a different score, make sure you have a chance, if not today, because I won't be able to talk about all of them. I can spend the time to talk about all the little additional requests, the breath marks and whatnot. So make sure though that you do grab one or look online, because it's shared with you electronically, I believe, yes?
Yes.
So you can go through and mark your other score, when you have time. Make sure you do that. So I think today, and also just a quick show of hands, remind me, some of you have practiced this since 2019, because during COVID we tried to practice it, it didn't work very well, but we did try. And then in December, just before Omicron, we performed it with piano, I think.
Yes.
Bill doesn't remember, but yeah, I think we did. And then 4 months later, we did it with orchestra finally. And that probably would have been the 23 year. I think 2023. But anyway, so some of us have kind of spent 4 years with this thing, and here it comes back to us. So how many actually were in that kind of ensemble? Yeah, so there's a handful of you. So those of you that didn't raise your hand, you might feel a little behind, but Tim did share files, right?
Yes.
So hopefully familiarity will come to you if it hasn't already. So yeah, so if you haven't lived with it like some of us have for 5 years, it would be good for you. So today, let's start with a movement that I think I spent the least amount of time 5 years ago preparing, and that is the last movement. So let's start with it first. Because it's the most vocally demanding one, it has the highest tessitura, it requires the most vocal energy. I think if we're going to do this today, we better do it next. Yes, I do. It's page 54 in my score. I think that's the same page for everybody. The movement actually begins before that, but I'm going to start on 54 where it says bass chorus. Top of 54, square 36.
I was going to say 47.
Or do we have different?
No, it's right.
Should be the same.
Yeah, it's the
Does
same.
that mean we should get the other one?
No, it's the same. It's the same.
It's the same,
It
it's
should be
page
the same.
54, square 36.
Yeah,
Hopefully
bar
it's the same.
36.
Square 36.
Square 36.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Square 36.
Okay. Yeah.
You want tenors with the bases on the opening now?
For now, yes. Yeah, we could probably use this. And it would probably be good for,
Yeah, since there are so few tenors and basses, just sing everything that you can.
yeah, thank you. All right. Let's just start. The orchestra does a good job leading you into this key of E flat, but I think just over so here we go. 36. So there's the introduction to this section. Good, let's try it again. Ideally, it's pianissimo, piano, and building gradually, because this is a powerful movement, but it's only powerful if you've reserved your best, your most dramatic efforts for later in the movement. But because it is piano, that means the intensity of the diction and all that has to be there. So your confidence has to really be there, or else the diction won't be there. So let's do that again, okay? And as you can see, it's a pile-on of 4 different parts, all weaving together for the big climactic letter H that we just ended on, where we're together, tutti, singing the same rhythms. Let's try that one more time. The brackets are, I think, not always what you would expect them to be, like the last bar of 55. Sometimes in altos, see how he bracketed that, but yet there's a bracket in the middle. It's a strange mental thought to figure out what he's trying to do here. But I think bases 36 in a perfect world, I would do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's kind of 4 bars of 3, 4 meshed into 3 bars of 4, 4. If that makes any sense.
But that breath was from the director, not.
Yes, that breath is
Okay.
official. Yeah, it's a textual breath.
So this breath.
So, yeah.
So that, yes.
And also, whenever you have a tie over to an 8th note, like second sopranos, part 37, you name it. In British music, they're all over the place. Whenever you have a tie over to the 8th note, I'm pretty sure you're expected to sing that 8th note. That is the vowel. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Like sopranos, altos, tenors, the last bar you sang before letter H on the word heaven. The even, not the v, but the m is on before.
Okay,
So the vowel sings the before.
question, on bar 37, because it's British. don't-
Square 37?
Don't we put the D on the 8th note?
No,
Okay,
after the 8th note.
okay.
So parade, aid is on the 8th note, not d.
Got
Because it's after.
So it's frayed, wait, it's cut down. 4 frayed, frayed. So just do aid.
Question, as a second soprano on measure 37, do you want us to go up to that first soprano part, or do you just want us to cut out?
Cut out and then sneak in. It's pianissimo, we don't need you.
Okay.
Or we just sing at the,
When it
then
comes
when it
together.
comes back together. sometime.
Yeah, now officially, not until truth shall spring.
Exactly.
And given the fact, Tim says we've got all these troubles in altos, it might be a good idea.
Okay.
So second sopranos, we don't need the voice there. And dynamically, it would be a good idea if you didn't sing.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be too much, because we won't get pianissimo, right?
Right.
It'd be harder to get pianissimo if you come in there.
And then come in a piece.
No, you come in where it says soprano 1 and 2, you're gonna see. Bottom of 55, second bar, okay? So circle that or scratch out all the other stuff. Let's try reading that again, or doing it again, if it's not reading. 36, 2, 3, 4. Nation shall not give up a sword against nation, nation like war anymore. What shall be the praise like the shining sun through the So that's our first penalty. You come in on do, high do there, 37. And I'll bring you in next time. Go through their land. Yeah, and don't listen much right now if you're not really familiar with your part, because the textures are going to surprise you. The tenors go into triplets. Just when you thought you had a sense of the beat, you're going to hear all this other stuff. So particularly for sopranos, when you come in last, thick in the texture. Good. Yeah, just as you get to learn this, though, practice your softer dynamic, because we're going to really need you later in about 4 more pages. All right, let's try one more time. 2, it's neither, Any other questions? Yeah, again, check, when you get a chance, check another edition if you don't have a little eighth rests. He doesn't change the note value, he just adds a rest. So the measures aren't 4.5 beats long. So make sure you rob the quarter note, but that eighth note is gonna plop onto. Does that make sense? So you have to do backwards math. Here we go, 2, 3, 4. Nation shall not lift up us. We're starting with bases. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Nation shall not lift. Tennis, we're starting with the bases. 36. 2, 3, 4. Nation shall not lift up us against nation. Lion shall reign and war ready And then we go faster there. Before we leave this, let's check out just the upper voices, please. The bar before 37. The bar before square 37. Display parts, if you would, particularly for soprano. Okay. Here's a bar before 37. Here's second sopranos, 2, 3, free.
I'm sorry, where are you?
Bar before 37.
Thank you.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Righteousness and peace.